Today we're going to compare fame earnings from the Yellow Zone, Red Zone, and Black Zone tiers 5 and 6. Let's get into it. We are in a tier 5 Yellow Zone, and our first target is going to be the Battle-Scarred Berserker. So we're gonna, and I know this is an enchanted mob, that's okay. We're gonna compare it to one in the Black Zone. This is the Yellow Zone. I do not have a Satchel on, and I do not have Premium. So this is the base amount of fame that we will be getting. Also, under activities, there is no bonus for killing these mobs. So this is the flat amount that you will get. All right, we're just going to go ahead and take them out really quick here. So that gave us 4,219. Now let's see how much we get in the Black Zone. Now before we test the Black Zone, let's get a little bit more data from the Yellow Zone. This time we're going to kill the same mob, but we are now faction flagged and 3 tiles away, which gives us a bonus of 15% more fame. All right, here we go. That gave 4,852. And finally, we will do one more test in the Yellow Zone Tier 5, and that is with an 8.3 Outstanding Satchel, which gives us plus 92.737% fame earned. And the reason why we're using this is because there's no risk in the Yellow Zone. You can wear this all you want. That's 9,351. Alright, now for the Black Zone test, we have the Battle-Scarred Berserker. This is a Tier 5. I'm not wearing the Satchel, and you cannot faction flag in Black Zones. So, how much fame will this one give? Is it worth going to the Black Zone and risking gear over? 7,383. Now, we're only really comparing Yellow Zone, Red Zone, and Black Zone, but I wanted to show you why I'm not comparing the Avalon roads. Alright, so we have a Tier 6 Scout Mining Drone, 3,340 HP. You think this thing would be absolutely juicy. However, it is not. And I'm going to kill its little allies next to it. Its allies were worth 1,449 fame. This big boy here, Tier 6, mind you, is only worth 2,070 fame. So, that's why we're not considering the Avalon roads as part of our test. Alright, I don't quite have footage for this one because it's really hard to find a non-boss mob in the Red Zone because I am on the test realm, but if you look at my combat log, this Callous Occultist was slain for 6,240 fame. I am in a Red Zone. I am faction flagged 3 zones away. However, for some reason, I don't have the buff that shows that I gain 15% combat fame for some reason. So I don't know if that applied or not. I really honestly have no idea. But if it did, that would be, what, I don't know, maybe an extra 1,000? I'm not too sure on that. Now, I also know that the mob that I killed was called the Callous Occultist, which is a caster, which has a lower health pool than even the Tier 5 mobs that I fought. So I don't know if it's a an honest or even comparison. All I can do is try to look for the same mob in a Black Zone Tier 6. But either way, it's going to be really hard for any of these to beat the Yellow Zone Faction Flag plus Tier 8.3 Satchel, that's for sure. Wow, I got really lucky by finding one of these in the Black Zone. Let's see how much she gives. Really, really lucky, because it took so long to find one in the Red Zone. Alright, so that is, well, as soon as that blows up, 7,942. Now, I know you might have some concerns, like, well, how come you're using an 8.3 Satchel in the Yellow Zones, but you're not doing the same test in the Black Zone or the Red Zones? And the answer is simply, you're not going to bring an 8.3 Satchel out to those zones unless you are insanely overly wealthy and crazy. Alright, because these things are worth way too much money. No normal regular player is going to bring such high quality loot into such high risk zones. With that said, I want to test this Blue Zone mob. This is a Tier 4 Blue Zone, and I do have the faction buff and the Satchel equipped, so let's just see how much we do. And this is one of the Knight characters, so it is one of the stronger ones, but that gave 6,909. Okay, what about a caster instead of the big Knights? Because we all know the Knights are like the best fame mobs in the game. How about these little frail undead wizard men? Okay, that gave 5,651. We'll go with that one. Now, this one's interesting here. I did a static mob here in Sandgust Cleft. I went up to this little guy here. These things have 11,000 HP. He also dropped an item. Whoop-de-doo. But I did kill one of these things, and I'll show it to you again. They're really tough to kill. I'm in full 8-3 with max spec. But yeah, they are not friendly. They are not easy. They're definitely much difficult. But I am kind of a bursty character here. So, Given enough time, these things gave 16,836 fame. Now, I'm not using an optimal build to even kill this thing. Using a Great Axe build with Lifesteal or a Nature Staff build would be much easier. Would look at that 16,836. That is a very large amount, okay? Now, if I killed this Undead Knight here, this 12-5-10 monster, it would probably be even more. So, why not? Let's see how much this one gives, if I can even take him on. He's summoning explosion ghosts. He's doing all sorts of stuff here. And I don't want him to reset either, so... He's kind of taking his time with his swings. And I managed to shield one of the double hits there, looks like. But see, I'm struggling in full 8-3 max spec. So that gave 18,518. So I don't know if the trouble of fighting one mob is worth that much, because, I mean, that's like 2 or 3 yellow zone mobs, honestly, and you can kill those immediately. But if you can AoE all of these guys down that have 11,000 HP each, I'm not even going to fight the archers. The archers have way too high DPS. It could be worth it to do blue zone statics. Next up, we're going to try yellow zone static areas, but we only have one faction flag buff, so, well, I guess it's level 2, really. So 10% instead of 15%, and, yeah, we're going to be using kind of a sustain tanky build here, and we're going to take on 2 of these at a time. I'm only going to count the fame from 1, of course, but they do seem pretty tough, so not going to lie. If I keep moving, I should be able to take them out, maybe, with minimal damage done. So far, so good, and they do have quite a bit of HP. I don't like that they jumped around, though. I want them back, like, close to each other. I just need to kill one, you know what? I just need to kill one, I can run away from the other one, it's fine. Don't have to commit. Yeah, we're getting beat up, but hey, we can heal through this. We're not dead yet. We have shields, we have potions. I've got the pork roast keeping me nice and healed. Alright, so that one went down. The other one is about to go down. 23,971. Now this is inside the static dungeon. I don't think it's any different. I'm still getting 10%. But this used to be my favorite all-time place to fame farm in the game before they changed it and made it super difficult. So I'm just gonna kill a battle-scarred berserker here and get a quick little count on how much fame we get from that guy specifically, and not so much the female variant. And yes, I am taking quite the beating, but I am using a Nature Staff sustain build here, so I should be alright as they wail deeply into me, causing me to nearly die. Yes. Perhaps we can sustain with our Mercenary Jacket. Mercenary Jacket, activate. There we go. We're gonna get a little bit of our HP back there. Very cool. And I've aggroed way too many. This is unfeasible for farming. Let's just say that. Don't even bother. I think we can actually call it there, and let me explain why, okay? Farming yellow zone static with while faction flagged and with satchels, yes, you can totally do it. However, you need very high spec and very high gear to do so, okay? Whereas farming yellow zones, I have my crafting alt doing that currently, and all he had to do was read like 4 tomes and then equip a full 5.3 set, and he's able to one-shot nearly everything. So, with that said, and you know, remember, you're going to get about 9,000 in that yellow zone while faction flagged and while you have premium, okay? My character does not have premium, so that's what the satchel is, okay? So essentially, with the satchel and with premium, you're going to get about 3,000 to 4,000 more, okay? And this is kind of multiplicative, I guess, whenever you start getting into the higher tier, like red zone, black zone, and so on and so forth, but because there's 0 risk for doing yellow zone stuff, and you can use very powerful gear that you can't really afford to lose, you know, you can use the most powerful thing you can possibly equip. The speed of farming the yellow zone is just far superior, yes, absolutely. I suppose I could go kill a mob in the tier 8 black zone if you really want to compare, but, I mean, let's be real, like, those zones get farmed heavily by everyone in hideouts, more so than the yellow zones. And blue zones actually surprised me. The blue zones weren't that bad. In one of my videos, I was touring a blue zone doing some skinning, and I noticed that no one ever came there to farm, and there was tons of boss monsters available for slaying. Alright, so I think that there might be more boss monsters in the tier 4 zones that people aren't taking advantage of. So much so that I want to test it. Again, I only have a 5% faction flag buff here, but I do have the Satchel on. So this is a mini boss. I have the wrong weapon on, but that's fine. We can still kill him pretty quick, I'm fairly sure. Yeah, he's already halfway dead, so I'm just going to kill him with Nature Staff here. And he's burning me. That's fine. Because we can just heal through that. And definitely don't want to take any boss's attacks. How much did that give? Okay, we gotta wait for all the little tooltips. 21,707. By the way, if you want to know the difference between a mini-boss and a mini boss has the smooth circle underneath their feet, and the boss has the spiky circle underneath their feet. So here we go, we're doing a blue zone boss now. It's gonna activate his little fiery whatever the heck. Not quite sure. Spectre Jacket, I suppose. Fire Aura, I'm not sure what it's called. I don't know what the boss moves are called. It's fine, he's gonna blow us up now, but we can dodge that. It's okay if we despawn our mount. It's the test round, but it's also a blue zone. It's not like you can fight. Yes, I'm faction flagged, and in reality, another faction player could fight me, but I'm in full 8-3. They're probably not gonna want to fight me, unless they're also in full 8-3, in which case, yeah, let's have some fun, right? Alright, so that gave 86,821. Well, that's about it. Now, I could go on and go gather the blue zone, or I'm sorry, yellow zone mini boss, yellow zone boss values, the black zone boss values, and I'm going to tell you it's way higher. Yes, I know for sure, absolutely certain. You know, like a yellow zone boss is like 150,000, okay, and black zone bosses are over 200, 250,000, okay. But your chances of finding one very slim at this point. The game is so compact and busy that these bosses never really get to spawn on the live servers. I faction farm, or fame farm for hours on end, and I might be lucky to find one boss in my entire session, okay? One spiky circled boy. Alright, so with that said, that's the video. Hopefully this shows you the values. If you want to go risk your gear in the black zone and kill things slightly slower for a little bit more fame without a satchel, go for it. Whereas if you just want to chill in the yellow zone, watch anime, watch YouTube, you know, do whatever it is that you do, and just be chill, here's the values. It's not that bad for the yellow zone. I'm still advocating for the yellow zone, that's right. And yes, I know, you go to a tier 8 black zone, you farm the open world mobs, great. Just do note that don't farm dungeon mobs. Dungeon mobs are awful, dungeon mobs are bad. They give very, very little fame compared to what we're seeing here. Like, I'll go into like a dungeon, I guess, and show you. While I roll the outro, I'm probably not going to display it on the screen, though. Let's see if we can find a dungeon within a reasonable amount of time. There's one. Now, do note that this dungeon has green butterflies, meaning it is going to give a little bit more than a regular dungeon, but that's okay, because it's still going to be dirt poor garbage. Okay, so this dungeon is a plus 84%. So this is basically like a 4.3 map, okay? This is a 4.3 dungeon, essentially, okay, guys? So, remember, they're giving 84% more value. I have the satchel on, and I'm faction flagged, okay? And this guy here, 1,984. Even with all of that, look at the values, okay? Look at the values. I can even go in here and kill like 2 at a time. 2 of these guys. This is tier 5, by the way, not tier 4. 2,400 and 2,100. That's lower than everything on our list. Dungeons are absolutely not worth it. You may be thinking, well, dungeons are constant. You can get the treasure at the end. It's like, I would have to kill 6 of those dudes, or I kill 1 guy in the yellow zone. 1 guy. Okay? It's not worth it. Stop thinking it's worth it. Also, you're not going to find a yellow zone dungeon that has golden butterflies on the outside. I thought it was green butterflies, but they were golden. Okay, those get snatched up pretty quick by ESP hackers anyway. Guys, I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Let me know in the comments what you thought. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Make sure to comment on other people's comments. Subscribe, because I make videos every single day, so don't miss tomorrow's video. If you found this video helpful, please consider donating by clicking the thanks button down below this video. Leave a one-time monetary donation. Your comment will be highlighted, and it will show how much you donated. If you want to support me further, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button, and that is $5 a month. It gives you access to private and personal videos that aren't available to the public. You can preview those videos by clicking the link in the pinned comment that mentions members only videos. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Take care.